Hello, beautiful soul. Namaste. I hope you are well. And today in this video, I just have some channeled messages that have come through that I've journaled down over the past couple of days. These channeled messages may help you to remember your divinity. Just take what resonates, leave anything that doesn't, right? And I pray that you enjoy and that you find this helpful. The first message I have for you is a bit of a funny one, actually. I got this message that was coming through with crystal clarity the other day, and I just kept hearing in my head, don't think, just vibrate. Don't think, just vibrate, right? And that's all you need to do is just vibrate. And you can vibrate in harmony with whatever frequency you desire, okay? But thoughts are useless. Thoughts are not who you are. They are purely electromagnetic interference. They are purely attacks on your divinity, right? Your thoughts aren't who you are, right? They're coming from the matrix. They're electromagnetic interference. So don't think, just vibrate. If you find yourself getting stuck up here in your thoughts, just remember that. Just come back to that mantra. Just don't think, just vibrate, and just step into your true vibration. You're a vibrational being. In order to anchor yourself in the frequency of unconditional love, you must first feel unconditional love for everything in your current reality, especially the things that you take for granted and the things you complain about. You have to flip the energy in order to transmute it. You have to turn it from low frequency to high frequency. So just love everything and everyone because they were all created from your consciousness. You dreamed everything into being, into existence. Love every little thing because it's all perfect. Your higher self fine-tuned every little detail for you along the way. All those little clues, right, and the little synchronicities, right? That's your higher self. When you see the synchronicities and everything lining up and the little clues that get left for you, like things that help you make sense of things, it's your higher self leaving you breadcrumbs. Here's an analogy, right, that you might resonate with. So your mind is a spaceship. This came to me in the bath the other night. I get lots of downloads in the bath. Most evenings I spend about 3 hours in a nice warm bath and I go deep places. My imagination is phenomenal. I have a phenomenal imagination. And it's because I've activated and connected with and fostered this deep connection with my inner child. So anyway, this came to me in the bath, but your mind is a spaceship, right? And your attention is the steering wheel, okay? My Father's house has many rooms, said Jesus, right? Jesus said that. My Father's house has many rooms, right? He's talking about the Divine Father, right? He was talking about the multiverse, the higher mind, the infinite timelines, the infinite versions of you that exist. He's talking about the multiverse, the mansion that is the higher mind of God, his Father. My Father's house has many rooms, said Jesus. Just think about that deeply. Meditate on that. Contemplate that. It's all within your imagination. It's all in your mind, right? This is how powerful your imagination is, right? And your inner child is the key to unlocking your imagination. This is how you form astral traveling links within your mind, which will allow you to travel interdimensionally to anywhere, any place in this universe and every other universe. Nothing is off limits. Okay. A little reminder came through about, I don't use a lot use intermediaries, right? I don't rely, excuse me. I don't rely on anything outside of myself to connect to the divine, to spirit, right? It's just me and my higher self, spirit, deep inner mystical communion. So I don't need anything outside of myself. However, I love to dance with different energies, right? And something came through, spirit, my higher self, wanted to remind you in this video about the power of sacred tobacco. Sacred tobacco is a powerful mediator between humans and gods. So Spirit just wanted me to remind you of that. We don't need these intermediaries, and we don't need anything outside of ourselves to connect with Spirit, with the divine. However, sacred tobacco is a powerful mediator between humans and God. So if you resonate or vibrate in harmony with the frequency of that medicine, grandfather tobacco, I invite you to just contemplate whether that medicine may serve you at this time. Listen to your intuition around that one. Feel it deeply, but it may be helpful. Moving on. Right, Spirit wants to remind you also to summon all of the energy that's available to you. Summon all of it, right? Dark and light, right? Don't cut yourself off from everything, because you are everything, right? And believe in the magic, right? This is a time for you to believe, to activate your inner child, believe in the magic. Right, believe in the magic, and it will become a tangible knowing, because you'll start to bend your reality. You start to see the magic in everything, right? All the fractals, and you'll see that everything is in everything. That it's not just this three-dimensional plane, that there are portals everywhere. So believe in the magic. It's a time to believe deeply in the magic of it all, because it's all pure magic. This is the movement of people, right? This time right now, right? This in the collective, right? It's the movement of people. Those of us who have activated the Christ consciousness within us. It's the movement of Jah people, right? Which is the song Exodus by Bob Marley, right? Movement of Jah people. And Jah people, J-A-H, Jah people, Yah is short for Jehovah, which is Yeshua or Jesus. Okay, they're just different translations. It's the activation of the Christ consciousness. It's Exodus. It's the Exodus, the movement of the people on planet Earth right now who have stepped into and embodied Christ consciousness. It's a very powerful time in humanity. Make no mistake. This is the biggest shift that there's ever been. There has never been a shift like this before. Now, Bob Marley, he warns us about spiritual attacks. In the song Exodus, right, he says, many people will fight you down when you see Jah light, right? And what he means is what he's saying is, what he's talking about is when you activate Christ consciousness within you, or Buddha consciousness, or Krishna consciousness, or Paramahansa Yogananda consciousness, or Ganesha consciousness, or Muhammad consciousness, whatever it is, right? When you activate the divine in you, many people will fight you down. There'll be spiritual attacks, because your frequency, you raise your frequency. And tall poppy syndrome, right? Everyone else that's around you will feel threatened. You'll become a threat, right, to everyone else's belief systems, right? Because you are demonstrating that all belief systems are false, that all beliefs are limitation programs. You are an example of sovereignty and freedom and love, right? And the people in the inverted matrix, the false matrix, right? They've got all their belief systems, their current realities, their ego creations. They're trying to build their ego's dream life. And you're over here in the divine, in the flow of all abundance, like in the flow of everything, in complete surrender, right? No struggle. It's all flow. And these other people around you are in the matrix, in the debt slavery system, working a job for money to pay bills and everything, survival, right? They're in the struggle, right? And they have struggled and struggled and struggled to create what they've created, their current reality. And you're over here saying, I'm doing nothing. I'm just being still and meditating in deep contemplation of the divine, and everything's flowing to me without force or effort. So you're challenging all of their belief systems. They look at you, and this is why you unsettle people. This is why people are uneasy, like around you. You come into people's presence and you feel people shrink because that other person knows that you represent the divine, and you explode isn't the right word. You obliterate all of their belief systems, their limitation programming. You obliterate all of it. And people don't want to change. People resist change. So you're a disruptor. You're like Kali Ma, the Hindu goddess. You destroy the old and give birth to the new. You crumble all the old systems, the low frequency. You purge it all. You're the alchemist. You purge it all and you anchor yourself in the higher frequencies, and you bring everyone with you. But a lot of people resist that change. But what Bob Marley's talking about is, like, if you've watched the movie The Matrix, right? You've got all the Agent Smiths, right? As Neo starts to wake up, all these Agent Smiths become activated, and they come after him and they attack him and they try and kill him. But he realizes, right? And you are Neo. You represent Neo. You're waking up, right? Or maybe you've already woken up. And initially, all these attacks, all these Agent Smiths will come after you. They'll be activated. It's exactly like the movie, right? The Matrix is a documentary. Initially, you'll be frightened by all these attacks. You'll be terrified. You'll be like, you know. But then you learn just how invincible you are, right? That's what this journey is. Because you are invincible. Nothing can touch you. They can't shoot you with their bullets, right? The bullets can't touch you. Nothing can hurt you. Nothing can harm you. Because it's all mental. It's all happening in your mind, right? This is a mental universe. This is the first principle of Hermeticism. The universe is mental. The all is mind, right? These are the oldest teachings. These scriptures, which were carved in stone in ancient Sumeria, the emerald tablets, which are dated back 36,000 years ago, the oldest scriptures that the archaeologists have discovered at this time, which is where the story of the Bible and Christianity came from. It originated from the emerald tablets, right? This is Thoth the Atlantean, the high priest king of Atlantis. Hermes Trismegistus is another name he went by in Greece, right? He was also Merlin the wizard. He was also an incarnate of the Buddha. Right? This is where all this knowledge and wisdom is coming from and being channeled from. These are fifth dimensional teachings, guys. Like, I'm not fucking around on this channel. I am not fucking around. This is serious wisdom and knowledge from other worlds, from high places, the most high. Right? A lot of the stuff that I channel is from the most high. So what you really are is pure source energy, which cannot be harmed, right? That's the 5D perspective. That's the unity consciousness perspective. That's the sacred truth. What you are is pure energy. Invincible. You are superhuman. Nothing can hurt you. You are activating and remembering your divine spiritual protection in a powerful way, right? And you are purging all of the violent energy from within your energy field. That's what you've been doing lately. That's why you've been getting triggered so much. This energy was never truly yours, and you are now releasing it, offering it back to the divine. This is alchemy. You're a powerful alchemist, The divine accepts this sacred offering with love. So you offer this, any violent energy that you've been holding on to in your past, you offer it to the divine, and the divine accepts it with love. Because you are the divine. You're offering it to yourself. And it's a deep level of surrender. You've surrendered before, but this is a whole new level of surrender for you. So I hope you enjoyed that reading. It was fun. I enjoyed it. And I hope that you find it helpful and insightful. I know that you will. And let me know what you think in the comments. And I love you, and namaste, and have a blessed week.